Hello, my name is Carmela Bakes. Viewer discretion is advised. This content that you are about to view may be offensive. If you are easily offended, then please do not watch. Thank you. Have a nice day.
You are tuning in to Pastor Michael Smith Show. I'm Illuminati News Hour on the Gospel Radio Show. Yeah, you are tuning into the Pastor Michael Show on Gospel Talk Radio Show.
French Montana's in the news, and you know what I'm saying, I don't think this is a real person that's coming out, you know what I'm saying, suing French Montana. I think this is a fictitious person that the elites organized to make it look like he's being sued. I don't really think this is a real person. Now, it could be, I could be wrong. But I never heard in the history of the American court system somebody suing another individual, and the person that is suing can remain anonymous. Never heard of that. But yet, they put French Montana's name out there. They not only put French Montana's name out there, they put French Montana's government out in court documents. But yet, the person that's suing can remain anonymous? Please tell me, somebody, how does that work? Because in the history of celebrityism, you can look at anybody who have sued any of these celebrities. Have they remained anonymous? Do you see their names, you know what I'm saying, anonymously? And I know some of you may say, well, she's a victim. She might not want to be spoken out, but she can be a victim. But you still got to understand that this is the court of law. Because Bill Cosby victims was victims. Yet the Bill Cosby victims' names was still in the court documents. You know what I'm saying? And every last one of these women who so-called came out against these celebrities, they was victims, but yet their names happened to show up in court documents. So now I ask people, is this person real? I'll say it like this. This is for all you scoffers, because I know a lot of scoffers, and I know a lot of you haters gonna be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Let me tell you something. Why don't you do the world a favor and find the nearest hole and throw yourself in it? But before you do that, try to sue somebody anonymously, and see, won't your lawsuit not get into the court system? Court system and celebrities is two different entities. Court systems and the public is two different entities. You cannot sue somebody and remain anonymous talking about John Doe or Jane Doe. Never heard of it. And if anybody think different, please let me know in the comment section. Prove me wrong. I've been waiting for somebody to prove me wrong for years, but they haven't been able to. Because everything I speak are pure facts, and they can't dig up the proof to prove me wrong. But this seemed to be a little humiliation ritual that old French Montana is going through. That's what this seems to be. Because as you know, French Montana, that came up with a blood sacrifice. I mean, it's a damn shame what French Montana did to Chinx drugs. Yes, Chinx drugs. He was once part of the mighty, mighty Coke Boys empire. He came up Chinch Drugs was like the biggest damn rapper. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of what? Queens? The Bronx? I forgot where he came out of. But I remember one incident where Chinch Drugs' mama was at a visual. And French Montana came to that visual. And Chinch Drugs' mama said these words. Chinch Drugs' mama said, "Why did you do this or let this happen to my son?" And the words that came out of French Montana's mouth told me that he had everything to do with it. The words that came out of French Montana's mouth was, he would not listen. French Montana? Now, you said those words. Those words came out of your mouth, French Montana. What would he not listen to? What? When an executive told him to bend over and get rammed in the ass, is that something that he wouldn't listen to? He didn't want to get rammed in his ass? Is that what it is, French? What did he not listen? See, that's the question people need to ask. Instead of, praising these celebrities and praising French Montana, what you need to ask French Montana is what he meant when he told Chinch Drugs' mama he would not listen. Would not listen to what? And to who? You know what I'm saying? What happened? Chinch Drugs had to, go and fuck a tranny? And he wouldn't do that? What it is Chinch Drugs would not do those homosexual acts that French Montana did and are willing to do. So he had to go. So he became a sacrifice from French Montana. You notice, after Chinch Drugs got sacrificed, you notice French Montana went into different avenues that he ain't never been in before. He been all over the world. He traveled the world. He been everywhere. He did everything. Big endorsements and everything. All because of Chinch Drugs. That's what French Montana sacrificed. Now years later, after Chinch Drugs was sacrificed, years later, now it's time for another sacrifice. Now it's time for another ritual. Not another sacrifice. It's time for another ritual. And this is a humiliation ritual. Like I said, until this, I could be wrong about, this woman being fake, but I think this woman is fake. I think this woman is put up by the elites to drum up this story to put French Montana through an humiliation ritual. Because this puts a bad name on French Montana. French Montana is no longer, this gives French Montana a lot of down credits. To be known as a rapist, to be known to, drug and rape women, because that's what it said in the news report. It said that French Montana would go out to clubs and, and bars and get girls to come back to his Hidden Hills mansion, and he will supply them with alcohol and drugs and, and all so that he can have sex acts done on them without their consent. Because guess what? If they drunk, they're not in their right mind to say yes or no. If they're high, they're not in their right mind to say yes or no. You got to ask them when they're in their right mind. See what I'm saying? So this is a humiliation ritual, just, that French Montana is going through. But French Montana been on a publicity tour for a minute. He been doing a lot of publicity for a hot second and shit. You know what I'm saying? But French Montana. Like I said, I don't think that this is a real woman, because I don't think you can file court papers in a court of law anonymously. I don't think you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because even when, you know what I'm saying, somebody gets locked up and you got a co-defendant, the way that you will find out who snitched on you is you put in a request for the motion of discovery. When you put in that request for motion of discovery, that reveals all the government names, the names of the people who testifying against you. Everything is revealed in the court of law. That's one thing you can't hide from. When you file things through the court of law, everything's revealed. Just like when that woman was suing Beyonce for custody of Blue Ivy. Her name was even revealed. That's how I was able to do that news report and put that woman's name out there. But anyway, this is news. French Montana, you got a ritual you got to handle. I want to thank you all for tuning in and logging on to another episode of Illuminati News Hour right here on Gospel Talk Radio. I am your host. I'm your pastor, Mr. Michael Smith. If you are new to this channel, please tap that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you like this show. Hit that hate button if you hate this show. Hit that comment board, leave a question or comment on this show. Also, don't forget, check out Sister Carmilla Bates. She just dropped her brand new single off her debut album called I Am God's Greatest Creation. Available on Apple iTunes right now. Go cop that. Anyway, her website link is in the description box below. Check out her website. Also, the website link to our weekly podcast shows is in the description box below. And if you want to sow your seed into this ministry and donate, that link is also in the description box below also. Till next time, stay tuned. God bless you.
You are tuning in to Pastor Michael Smith Show. Illuminati News Hour on the Gospel Radio Show. Yeah, you are tuning into the